disclose the condition.
There is another page, my lord.
Oh, okay. That one discloses. Okay, fine. I'll just read the report itself
Thank you.
because that one doesn't disclose anything.
Thank you.
Okay, this is the medical report for Fiso Gushentuli. It's dated the 10th, DBO 10th. Oh, I see. DBO meaning he was incarcerated on the 10th of January, 1986. Born, sorry.
Yes.
When was he born? Born on the
1986.
86. Okay.
But also the date should not be disclosed, my lord.
And when he was born,
Yes.
like mine.
Yes, my lord. We don't want to know it.
I was born. Okay, the above patient was seen at the Edenvale Emergency Department on the 12th September 2023 at 13:15 hours. He has a stable medical condition that does not require admission and was discharged with treatment. Signed by Dr. Cheng, Medicine Minister, medical consultant. Okay. Can you have a look at it, Mr. Balu? You have seen it.
We've had sight of the medical report now.
Okay. What exhibit will this be? Because it's a court document. Now.
I think we'll have to move now to exhibits
Okay, you.
Z. We can mark it exhibit Z, my lord.
Exhibit Z.
Yes.
Okay. Thank you. Exhibit Z. Yeah, thanks, Mr. Nisi. You were on the floor. You're still under oath, sir?
Witness remanded, my lord.
Okay.
Thank you. Mr. Zungu, at what time again at what time again did you arrive at the hostel where you were invited to come?
Uma ngikhumbula kahle ngafika ngoba ngingabheka ngesikhathi ngafika phakathi kwa-2 to 3.
Because I didn't have a look at the time, I should think I arrived about 2 to 3 o'clock.
Thank you. And you are saying you are again in the company of Mr. Who?
Ngangihamba noMakhosonke Zungu.
I was with Makosonke Zungu.
When you arrived there?
Ngangihamba naye.
Yes.
Yes, when I got there, I was in the company of Makosonke.
Yes. I say when you arrived there, who did you find? At Mr. Kwabeni's place.
Ngathola yena uGwabini.
I found Gwabeni.
Yes.
Enabanye futhi omkhaya.
And the other homies as well.
Are you able to recall some of those that you say you met, those home guys of yours that you found at Kwabeni's place when you arrived?
Noma ngabakhumbuli bonke kodwa babebaningi.
Even though I cannot recall all of them, there were many of them.
Had the party already began then?
Iphathi yasesiqalile.
kwangakabi na party.
The party hadn't started as yet.
What was happening when you arrived?
Kwakwenzakalani-ke uma ufika wena?
Kwakuxoxwa nje mangikhumbula kahle futhi
There were just conversations that were held, if I remember clearly.
kwakuyileyo intro kodwa ngambona accused number 1 esafake i-short.
Now, there was just that introduction that took place. However, I did see accused number 1. He was wearing a short pant.
Then bahamba abanye babasayogeza abanye beseyaphuma kwakusayileso siphithiphithi.
Then there were people there that had gone to go take a bath, and others walked out. So there was that disorderly kind of a situation there.
And did you ask Mr. Kwabeni, what was the occasion about?
ukwabeni wambuza-ke ukuthi kwenzakalani.
Kwangenasidingo sokuthi ngimbuze ngoba mangikhona kuye ngangibona ukuthi unabantu
There
and wayengibizile
there wasn't any need for me to inquire from him or ask him of that, because he was in the company of the people,
and wayengifonelile wangitshela ukuthi uyangibiza.
and he had phone called me indicating to me that I should come, or rather he was inviting me.
Thank you. Accused number 1 was wearing a short. There were other people there, your homeboys. Others went out to go take a bath, and then from there, what happened?
Mangalo yokuqala ube khona lapho egcwele ishoti, bakhona-ke abomkhaya khona laphana abanye bahamba-ke bayogeza njalo-ke. Kwase kwenzakalani-ke uma sesichubeka siya phambili?
Ngeke ngikhumbule ukuthi yini eyayenzeka kodwa sasihleli nje sixoxa sidla kwangenanto ukuthi mhlawumbe izokwenzeka.
I cannot remember as to whether there was something that actually transpired, but we were just sitting there having conversations, and we were eating as well. There wasn't anything that was expected to happen.
Thank you. You sat there, had a conversation, eating, and what happened thereafter?
Nihleli-ke, niyaxoxa, niyadla, kwenzakalani?
Akukho kwenzeka nje ngaphandle kokuthi sixoxa sihleli sibone singabazi nesikade sabagcina kwakuyile ingxoxo.
There wasn't anything particular that happened. Safe to say that we were seated, having conversation, and further that there were people that we had seen or that we were seeing, which we have long not seen them, and that was about it, and we were eating as well.
Thank you. Now, you went through that process of sitting and eating and having a discussion up until what point?
Nahlala njalo-ke nilokho nixoxa nidla kanjalo ukufika nini? Okanye ukufika kwesiphi isikhathi sekwenzakala ini?
Ngaze ngithi kufikeni ukuthi ngize saphuma sayishop njengoba ngishilo nakhona kwakuseyini early kwangakabi late.
As I've
Into
already
eyenzeka nje naloma esiphuma siyeshop siyabuya mhlawumbe abanye baphumile njengo accused number 5 mayicela kumreversele waphuma wahamba, so ngangababuza ukuthi bayaphi kwenzakalani because ngangazi kuzokwenzakalani.
Now, as I've already indicated that I walked out, we went to the shop, and upon our return, others had already left the premises. For an example, accused number 5 had also parked there, and he requested that I should reverse the vehicle for him, and I reversed the vehicle for him. So it was there.
Then at that point, accused number 5 went out. Did he come back?
Kunesikhathi lapho-ke waphuma umangalelwa wesihlanu,
Mangikhumbula ukuthi
waphinde wabuya.
akabuyanga cishe early noma abuya mhlawumbe nginothisanga kodwa la ngamnetha khona la isebuya khona late.
Well, yes, he left, and I did not notice him upon his return. In fact, he did not return early. The only time that I noticed him was late.
Who did he go out with?
Because
Who did accused number 5 go out with?
umsola wesihlanu-ke waphuma nobani-ke wahamba nobani.
Wayehamba yedwa.
He was alone.
Who did he come back with?
Wabuya sekebuya nobani?
Ngasikho ngesikhathi sasentambama wayehamba no-accused number 4.
Which time? In the afternoon, he was in the company of accused number 4.
Was that now at the time at which you saying a your statement? When you saw him walking into Mr. Paweli's room?
Othi lapho ke kungaleso sikhathi ukubona engena endlini kaMzinga Babu Gwabini.
Lapho angifica khona ngangisendlini kaGwabini uma ingena yena wangena no-accused number 4.
Yes, that is where he found me at the time that he entered Gwabini's place, which he was in the company of accused number 4. That's when he found me there.
On that occasion, how many times did you go out to go buy liquor?
Naphuma okanye waphuma ngawungakhi ukuhamba ukuyothenga utshwala.
Ubani yena?
Who are you referring to?
You yourself.
When uqobo lwakho?
Mina mangiphuma ngaphandle kwehostela ngaphuma ngoba ngihamba nge-Uno e-raid.
Now, when I left the hostel premises, I was in a red Uno.
How many times did you go to buy liquor?
Ngawungakhi uhamba uyothenga utshwala.
Ngiphume ne-Uno sabuya kwakhona intombazane yangicela ngiyithengela ibhiya.
But uphume nge-Uno nabuya.
Sabuya sahlala.
I drove off with the Uno, and then we came back, and then we sat for a while.
Then saphuma kwakunomunye wacela ukuthi ngiyamthengela ibhiya khona akukho far from uphuma kuGwabini.
And then we left again. There was one person that requested me I should go and buy him liquor right in the same vicinity. It's not too far from Gwabini's place of
Same
residence.
block.
That is in the same block of the building. Ushanjani?
Yebo.
In the same block of the building.
When you left for the second time, in whose company were you?
Umage usuphumage okwesibini wawuhamba nobani?
Mangikhumbula kwakuyimi nalo wesifazane ngihamba naye.
If I remember well, it was myself and this female being in whose company I was.
When you went out for the first time, were you in company of anyone?
Uma-ke uphuma kokuqala ngabe khona uthizeke ubuhamba naye
Nge-Uno sambe si-5.
with the Uno vehicle, it was the 5 of us that left.
Are you able to recall where those people accompanied you?
Ngabe uyakwazi ukukhumbula ukuthi obani abantu ababekhaphile?
Noma ngekwazi ukuthi ngathi obani kodwa ngakhumbula kwakunomthoko.
Even though I cannot clearly remember who all were the occupants of that vehicle, I remember though there was Mtogo.
Not this one, the other one.
Hayi lona-ke omunye
Wagubo and accused number 3.
Wagubo.
Hey, accused number 3 nomunye umthoko wamaphisa.
And there was accused number 3 and as well as Mtogo relating to Mapisa.
You come again, you say it was Mtogo.
I guess qalile phansi ungajahile uthi bekumthogo.
Bekumthoko
Yes, it was
kube
Mtogo.
uGadla,
Accused by Gadla.
accused number 3
Then there was Gadla, which is accused
kube
number 3.
udriver kube omunye futhi engasakhumbuli oba.
Then there was a driver and there was another occupant. I cannot recall who that person was.
So when you say Mtogo, not this one, who is this one that you're referring to?
Accused number 4.
I'm referring to accused number 4. Timkhuluma ngoMagalelo wesine.
So there's another person who's called Mtogo that you went to,
Ngabe
but who's not
ukhona-
accused number 4.
Ngabe omunye ukhona obizwa Mthogo?
Yeah.
Ngaphandle kaMagalelo wesine.
Yebo.
It is indeed so, yes.
Thank you. You say upon your arrival there, you found accused number 1 who was wearing a short. What kind of a short was he wearing?
Timufika lapha eMagalelo bekuqala befaka ishort. Ishort enjani
Black,
yakhuluma ngayo?
Adidas, mangikhumbula kahle.
It was a
Yayi
black,
yeah.
a black Adidas short, if I remember well.
Thank you. Am I correct, sir, that in your evidence in chief, you testified that upon your arrival there, accused number 1, accused number 2, accused number 3, and accused number 5 were already there upon your arrival?
Ngakweqiniso-ke okanye ngizobe ngiqondileyo uma ngithi wena uma ufika laphayana ummangalelwa wokuqala, wesibili, wesithathu nowesihlanu babe sebelaphayana kuleya ndawo.
Uma ngifika ngakhuluma noGwabini kodwa ngabona accused number 1 wayekhona.
When I got there, I spoke to Gwabini, but I also realized that, or observed that accused number 1 was there.
Wabuya ngoba ngiyakhumbula waphuma bethi uyogeza.
Remember, he walked out to say that he was going to take a bath. He came back.
Yes. So it was by mistake, that is out of respect. It was by mistake that in your evidence in chief, you told this court that accused number 1 upon your arrival, accused number 2, number 3, and number 5 were already there.
Ngabe kwaba iphutha lolu walenza ngenkathi-ke ubuzwa imibuzo umshushisi uma wena ubuthi-ke ummangalelwa wokuqala, wesibili, wesithathu nowesihlanu babe lapho uma wena ufika laphaya?
Uma ngifika ngibheka ukuthi ubani ongekho ubani okhona.
When I got there, I did not check as to who
Ngoba
was there
babebaningi
and who
kodwa
wasn't there.
ngoba babebaningi ababekhona. Kodwa ngambona accused number 1.
Because there were many of them that were there, but the person that I managed to see, it was accused number 1,
number 2,
and number 2,
and number 5 because babenza ama intro, no number 3 wangena futhi benze intro.
and accused number 5. There were some introductions which were made. At the time that introductions were made, accused number 3 also walked in.
Now my question sir, is, was it a mistake in your evidence in chief when you told this court that upon your arrival at Mr. Kwabeni's place, accused number 1, accused number 2, accused number 3, and accused number 5 were already there?
Umbuzo wami lo nje ukuthi mkhanda kwaba iphutha eliqhamuka kuwena uma uthi-ke wena uma ufika laphayana ummangalelwa wokuqala, wesibili, wesithathu nowesihlanu babe sebelaphayana-ke ngenkathi umshushisi kuyena kubuza imibuzo kwaba iphutha yini?
Akulona iphutha lelo.
It wasn't a mistake. It isn't a mistake.
Is it a mistake when I asked you some few minutes ago that upon your arrival at Mr. Kwabeni's place, who did you find? You only mentioned accused number 1.
Ngabe kuyiphutha-ke lokho lolo lwenzile ngenkathi ngisanda ukukubuza imibuzo nje kule mizuzu endlulile embalwa ukuthi wena uma ufika laphayana kwaGabeni wathola ummangalelwa wokuqala, wesibili, wesithathu nowesihlanu, wena wathi-ke wathola ummangalelwa wokuqala. Ngabe kwaba yiphutha lokho
ukuthi ngathola ummangalelwa wokuqala.
Muphendula-ke uphendula u-advocate lapha?
Akulona iphutha, ngamthola accused number 1.
That isn't
ngambona futhi no
an
accused
error.
number 2, ngambona no accused number 3. Nengifika ngamangifika wathi okay ilo mangikhuluma nalo ngase ngimbonile accused number 1 ngoba ngiyamazi ngaphuma kuye ngakhuluma nabanye.
That isn't a mistake. When I got to that district, or when I got to that place, I found accused number 1, and then I saw accused number 2, I saw accused number 3,
And I saw accused number 5.
and I also saw accused number 5. Ukhuluma ngendaba ukuthi kuthiwa lo nalo kwenzakalani?
Ukuthi akekho wathi bakhona bonke futhi ngangabhekanga ukuthi bakhona bonke kodwa mangena lo omunye yaphuma ukhuluma
Yeah,
nomunye.
there wasn't any person that says that all of them are there. However, this is how the situation or the circumstance was. when I got in, the other one would walk out. So that was the circumstance there.
You further saying in your evidence in chief, it is Kwabeni who introduced the other visitors who were from home.
Usho kanjalo ke umshushisi mekubuza okanye kwi-evidence in chief ukuthi uyena uGwabeni owathula laba abanye abantu ke abebechamuka khona le ekhaya.
Yebo.
Yes.
You also say that he also reminded you who accused number 2, number 3, and number 5 were.
Wakusho nalokho ukuthi wakhumbuza ukuthi ummangalelwa wesibili, wesithathu nowesihlanu obani.
Yeah.
That's correct. Yes.
Thank you. Now, that is your version in your evidence in chief.
Kwaba ke indlela ke othula obakho ubufakazi ngekhathi umshushisi ekubuza imibuzo.
Not so.
Ngabe kunjalo?
Ukuthi bakhona accused number 1, number 2, number 3.
To say that accused number 1, 2, and 3 were there? Is that what you refer to my version?
Oh, ukuthi
No, that they were introduced to you by Kwabeni.
Ukuthi, yes, yes.
Now, was it also by mistake when you were cross-examined by Ms. Ramusipili Makolik on behalf of accused number 3, on behalf of accused number 1 and 2, when you told this court that it is actually the accused person who introduced themselves to you?
Ngabe ngoba iphutha yini ke nkathi ke ubaba Ramusipili okuyena okhulumela umangalelwa wokuqala nowesibili uma ebuza ke wena. Can you repeat the question, please? That accused number 1 and 2 are telling representative.
When you were cross-examined on behalf of accused number 1 and 2 by my colleague, you told this court that it is actually the accused themselves who introduced themselves to you and
What?
not by Mr. Kwabeni. So I'm asking if that was
Ukuthi
a mistake.
ummangalelwa kuqala nowesibili ibona ke abayithula kuwena. Hayi ukuthi ke uGwabeni uyena umuntu oba introduce kuwena. Ngabe lokho kwaba iphutha nakho? Maphela ke kwavela ngekhathi ubaba kaMsipili ekubuza imibuzo.
babezoyithula kanjani. Ngangibazi accused number 1, wabe sengikhumbuza nje number 2 ukuthi ubani
Ubani okhumbuzayo?
uGwabini.
No. How would they have introduced themselves? I already knew accused number 1, and then Gwabini only reminded me of who accused number 2 was.
And nayo accused number 1 bengasamboni because besekhuluphele.
Even accused number 1, I couldn't really recognize him because his physique was now bigger.
Kwabe sengitshela ukuthi uyambona yini. Azathi awusekhuluphele. Okay.
That's when he asked me, can you see him or can you recognize him? And I said, yes, he's now chubbier.
Sewumkhulu
He's
semntana.
bigger in terms of the physique. Usemdala.
Sethe ukukhula kanjani.
And further that he's a little older now.
So what you saying,
Uthini ke manje?
what you are now saying is that the accused persons never introduced themselves to you. It has always been Kwabeni who introduced these accused to you.
Wena ukushoyo ukuthi abamangalelwa zange bake bayithule kuwena. Sonke lesi sikhathi uyena uGwabeni obeba introduce kuwena.
Yeah.
Yes.
Thank you. Now we have told this court that accused number 1, who had gained a bit of a weight, was wearing a short trouser, an Adidas trouser. What was accused number 2 wearing?
Usukushilo ke ukuthi umangalelwa oqala obegqoke i-Adidas short okanye ibhulukwe. elimnyama. Kanti ke ummangalelwa wesibili nalo ubegqoke
wayifake i-track suit and long.
he was wearing a long pant or track pant, a long track pant.
What was his color?
Umbala wayo
Angisayikhumbuli kodwa angisayikhumbuli.
I cannot recall the color.
Thank you. What was accused number 3 wearing?
Ummangalelwa wesithathu yena ubegqokeni
Wayegqoke ngikhumbula kahle ngaphansi iskipa esasi ngathi lanyana because ngiyakhumbula ayifake i-necklace.
I remember that the inner garment that he was wearing, it was a lime t-shirt, because I also recall that he was also wearing a necklace.
Necklace. What else?
914.
No. Ngikhumbule kunye kodwa engikhumbulayo ukuthi mantambama mabebuya wayegqoke into ebrown noma masiphuma wayesigqoke into ebrown. Kodwa ngaphakathi kwalento kwakuyi-t-shirt ngathi line.
I cannot recall what else he was wearing. But what I recall in particular is that in the afternoon, upon his return, or perhaps when he left,
No, before sambe se-shop wayefake into ezi-jacket engathi i-brown.
that is before he left, he was wearing a brown jacket, and that inside the clothing item he was wearing, it was a t-shirt.
Yes. So that's all that you can remember.
Ilokho okhumbulayo?
Yebo.
Yes.
He was wearing a brown jacket. He was wearing a lime t-shirt. He also had a necklace.
Kunjalo? Yes.
Yebo.
What was accused number 4 wearing?
Ummangalelwa wesine yena ubegqokeni
Njengoba efika ebusuku ngambona kahle ebusuku accused number 4 uma ebuya nonkani angikhumbula ukuthi wayegqoke nini.
I saw him in the night because he came at night. He came in the company of Nkani. I cannot remember what he was wearing.
Accused number 5, what was he wearing?
Mangalelo wesihlanu begqokeni
Wayefake i-vest e-white egqoke isigqoko samasotsha.
was wearing a white vest and was wearing the military hat.
That's all.
Ngakhe-
Ya ingathi ngiyakhumbula.
That is what I remember, yes.
Thank you. What were you wearing?
Wena-ke ubugqoke ini?
Ibhluku elikhondro ngathi li-brown
A brownish corduroy trouser
and a brown long sleeve t-shirt, shirt, a
And
skipa.
a long sleeved brown.
Yeah.
A long sleeved a brown t-shirt.
Thank you. Now, in the course of cross-examination, in the course of your evidence in chief, you were referred to some photos in Exhibit X. Oh, in Exhibit S, yes. You were taken through the photo album.
Kanti-ke inkathi umshushisi ekubuza imibuzo wase-ke ukubonisa-ke i-album yey'thombe okuyi-exhibit
S, yes.
exhibit S. Uyaqinisekisa kanjalo?
Exhibit X.
The
Wabonisa yini
Iy'thombe?
iy'thombe? Yep.
Yebo ngibonisile.
Yes, he showed me.
Thank you. Now, the introductory part that my colleague did, as he was taking you through those exhibits, he referred to you firstly on pages number 47.
Kanti ke umshushisi wakho isakho laphana ke ku page 47.
He also referred you to page, to page number 48. That's 47, 48.
Wakhomba ke u 47 no 48.
Now he asked you what is the date on those photos,
Wabuza ke date eyayivela khona lapho kulezo ithombe.
and you
Yebo.
told him that
Yes.
the date is the 26th of October 2014.
Wamtshela lokho ke ukuthi date is
Yebo.
26 October 2014. Yes.
On photo number 48,
Lesi sithombe ke ses 48.
Yebo.
Yes.
he asked you what the occasion in that photo was, and you said you do not know what the occasion was.
Wabuza ukuthi kwakwenzakalani khona lana kulesi sithombe. Wathi wena wazi?
Yebo.
Yes.
Thank you. You had just told this court that accused number 3, and I want to say that accused number 3, that's the gentleman who's appearing on photo number 47 and also on photo number 48, who is not in the red top, who's not wearing the red top.
Utshela inkantolo ukuthi ke umangalelo wesithathu uyena lona ovelela kulesi ithombe 47 no 48 okungeyena ke ogcoka ithophe ebomvu.
Yebo.
Yes.
And you had told this court that he, as per your allegations of you having met him at Mr. Kwabeni's place, where there was some kind of an imbizo, he was wearing a lime t-shirt.
Sho ke ukuya ngendlela lo wakhuluma ngakhona ukuthi uma niyohlangana khona laphana kwaGabeni ubegcoke i-t-shirt eline
He was also wearing a necklace,
nokuthi ubefake le necklace
and he also had a
Yes.
brown jacket.
ne jacket brown.
Yebo.
Yes.
I take it you are not colorblind. You know
Yes.
what brown is, you know what blue is, you know what green is, and you know what lime is.
Ngizothatha ukuthi awudedwa ke imibala.
Cha,
Ngiyakwazi ukuthi
angidedi.
i-lime enjani, i-brown enjani.
Now-
Yes, I'm not colorblind.
Thank you.
I'm not confused by the colors.
Thank you. Now, in photo number 47, in photo number 47,
Yes.
would you, in terms of your evidence in chief, is this the scene at the hostel where you were,
Ngabe ke
at Kwabeni's place?
Ngicabanga ukuthi uya
hostel la benkhona.
la ila sasiphume khona la siyothenga utshwala.
This is the time that we had left and we had gone to buy the liquor at this scene in the depiction of 47
Where did you buy this liquor from?
and 48 as well. The depiction.
Kune
of
tops
47.
lapha mawuphuma nje full Loras kune tops lapha phezulu.
Now, when you drive out of
Ngapsi
hostel,
hayi not lapha phezulu.
when you
Kune full
drive,
Loras. Kunendawo edayisa utshwala ngaphandle nje mawuphuma.
Yeah.
Emashop. Lapha khona hostel yabo sasibuya khona. Hostel.
Okay.
there's tops in some area outside of Hostel West, and then that is where we had gone to buy liquor at. However, on these two photos, the depiction there is not the depiction of the hostel.
Yes.
Yes.
Just a bit of a recap. When you went out to buy this liquor there at Tops, who again accompanied you?
Man phuma ke ngiyothenga utshwala khona ngapha eTops. Ngubani owaphelekezela?
Accused number 3
It was accused number 3
Yes.
and the others by 3.
and the 3 others,
Okunomthoko phakathi.
amongst whom there was Mtogo,
Mtogo, who is not accused number 4.
ongeyena ummangalelwa wesine.
Okay.
Yes.
Yeah. Just a bit there. Now, you would recall in your evidence in chiefs, when you were led by my colleague on behalf of the state, you told this court that you went out with accused number 2 and number 3 to Tops to buy liquor, and you were 5 in the vehicle. Do you still remember that?
Uyakhumbula lokho ukuthi waphuma nommangalelwa wokuqala nowesithathu
Accused number 2.
or nommangalelwa wokuqala nowesibini ukuhamba ke
Mangikhumbula ngihambanga noMuzi
othi benu-5 emotweni.
so 5 emontweni.
If I remember well, I did not travel together with Muzi.
Let me repeat the question.
Asiphinde umbuzo.
In your evidence in chief, you told this court that when you went to buy out the liquor there at Tops, it was yourself, accused number 2, and accused number 3. And all in all, you were 5 in the vehicle that you used.
Uthi ke ebufakazini bakho ngenkathi ke ukuthula ubuzwa imibuzo umshushu laphana uthi wahamba nommangalelwa wesibini nowesithathu kanti nonke benu-5 emotweni.
Yebo.
Yes.
Now, you are saying you went out with accused number 3, a gentleman called Mtogo, who is not accused number 4, and the others.
Manje ke okushoyo uthi wena waphuma nommangalelwa wesithathu nomthoko okungeyena ke ummangalelwa wesine nabanye.
Yebo.
Yes.
Was it again a mistake
Kwaba iphutha futhi la.
when you told, listen, when you
Ulale-
told the
ulale.
court in your evidence in chief that accused number 2 was amongst those who accompanied you to go buy the liquor there at Tops?
Kwaba iphutha futhi uma wena ke phambilini watshela inkantolo ukuthi ummangalelwa wesibini ube ngomunye wabantu owaphuma nabo ukuhamba ke ukuyothenga utshwala khona laphana ke eTops.
Angikukhumbuze baba umnisi. Angithe angibakhumbula ukuthi kwangobani. Kodwa ngiyazi ukuthi accused number 2 naye wayekade ekhona. Kodwa accused number 3 nganginaye and umthoko omunye angimazi nalabo shuthi laba bayi2 ngeke ngithi umthoko lo uma ngizothi accused number 3 ngithi yimi bese ngithi accused number 2 accused number 1 wayengekho
Well, let me
bese
just
kuba
remind
abanye laba including udriver lo ogqoke interred mangicabanga ukuthi kwakuyena driver noma ngasakhumbula ukuthi kwakubani
Let me
driver.
say that accused number 2, it was myself, accused number 3, accused number 2. And even though I cannot say with certainty that Mtogo was this one or that it was either the other person, perhaps the other person from the occupants would be this particular person that is wearing a red jacket or a red top.
Mr. Zungu, you know, explanation is just wishy-washy because you specifically stated in your evidence in chief that you went out with accused number, and I'm not arguing with you, with accused number 2 and number 3, and you were 5 in the vehicle. Now in cross-examination, you mentioned a gentleman called Mtogo and accused number 3, Mtogo who is not before court, and you also 5 in the vehicle. You don't speak about accused number 2.
Jabana ke kwi-evidence in chief ukhuluma ngommangalelwa wesibini nowesithathu ukuthi wahamba nabo kanti ke nalo-5 emotweni. Kanti manje ke uma usubuzwa imibuzo ukhuluma ngommangalelwa wesithathu nomthoko okungeyena ummangalelwa wesine kanti beno-5 ngaphakathi. Uyakuzwa lokho shuthi ubufakazi bakho ngathi ke cishe buhlangahlangene.
No, abuhlangahlangani babumlise.
My evidence is not confusing.
Thank you.
Yes.
Let's go back to the picture. Picture number 47. Picture number 47 and picture number 48. You are saying these are the pictures that were taken when you went out to go buy the liquor.
Uthi
At Tops.
lezi kwaba ithombe ke enayithatha ngekathi nihamba niyothenga utshwala eTops.
Yebo.
Yes.
Who took these pictures?
Ubani wathatha lezi ithombe?
Angiyikhumbuli ngoba nama ngisikhumbuli. Ngikhumbule mangiyibona kusisithombe.
I do not remember because even myself, I do not recall that. I only recall it when I saw the depiction here.
You say you can't recall who took the pictures.
Uthi ke awukwazi ukukhumbula ukuthi ubani wathatha lezi ithombe?
Angikhumbuli.
I do not remember.
Did you have these pictures in your phone?
Wawunazo ke lezi ithombe efonini yakho?
No, ngikaze ngibe nazo.
No, I never had these pictures in my phone.
Thank you. The Lime T-shirt. Lime.
Sikhulume nge-t-shirt eline.
I want to be sincere with you. Lime color.
Yebo.
Yes.
Can you please show us lime color that lime T-shirt that is being worn by accused number 3?
Khumbula khona ehostela la at my introduce khona egqoke i-t-shirt ifake ne-necklace.
You should
La
remember.
kungaphandle.
You should remember that this place here, that is depicted on this picture, it is not at the hostel.
Yes.
Where he introduced himself wearing the line T-shirt.
Yes.
This is outside of the hostel.
Thank you. Can you please show us the necklace?
In necklace yona. Ngasibonisa yona.
Kulezi ithombe zangaphandle hostel.
On these pictures outside of the hostel premises. Is that what you are asking me?
Are these not the pictures that were taken, according to you, that were taken on the 26th of October 2014
Access
when you
Onage.
visited Kwabeni, and according to you, the accused was there?
Akusizona ke
Baba umnise ngithe
ezathathwa nge-26 zika-October.
yizi ithombe zathatha ngeyi-26.
These are the pictures that were taken on the 26th of October 2014.
Can you please show us the necklace in those pictures?
Ungasibonisa ke ama-necklace kulezi.
Akukhona ehostela la
Page
baba.
2.
The depiction here is not at the hostel. The
Excuse me?
depiction of the pictures
Akukhona
is
ehostela.
not at the hostel.
Let me decipher. Let me try to digest what you're saying. Are you saying you'll only be able to show that he's wearing a lime T-shirt and a necklace if pictures that were taken at their hostel can be flighted there?
Ilokho kushoyo ke uthi ungakwazi ukubonisa ke iskipper esiline ne-necklace uma ngabe ke iy'thombe zathathwa khona lapha ne-hostel ziyavezwa ke khona la.
Uma ngangivezela zona ezasehostela maybe mazikhona ngakutshela ukuthi la sasisehostela kodwa mangikhumbule ehostela makwenziwa i-intro besingaphakathi ehostela besingekho ngaphandle.
Yes.
Mase siphuma siya la bekungesinye isikhathi.
Yes.
Abanye basebebuyile ukuyogeza abanye sebehambile bayokwenza abakwenzayo.
Yes.
Akusona leso sikhathi asisanga mangifika kwathiwa sihambeni siyothenga utshwala.
Perhaps if you show me those pictures, and in particular when we're inside of the hostel,
Yes.
because if you see clearly here, the depiction is outside of the hostel.
Yes.
You should remember there was a stage where others had gone out, while we were at the hostel that had gone out to go and take a bath, and so others had walked out or left the hostel.
Yes.
This depiction here is outside of the hostel.
Thank you. With the permission of the court, I'm going to request the permission of the court if my colleague for the state who introduced these pictures has pictures that were taken at the hostel where you probably can show the lime T-shirt and the necklace.
Uthi uzocela kanjalo ke uma ngabe ngakwazi ukusibonisa ke lezo ithombe zasehostel ukwazi ke wena ukusibonisa le T-shirt eline eyayigqokwe ilo uma ngabe ngoba.
Madam, I'm not so sure whether my colleague has additional pictures so to assist this witness with those that were taken at the hostel.
If there were any additional pictures, would have shown you. These are only pictures that we have.
The law, in terms of the law, is supposed to give you every scrap of document.
Yes, my lord.
Yes, that's what the law says. So You, as counsel, it means if there are any other pictures, you have them in your possession.
Yes.
But, Mr. Mloyi, can you respond to your colleague?
As a please, my lord, these are the only pictures that we have, and which were also disclosed to the defense. We
But
don't
these are
have.
the only pictures that you gave to them, because
Yes.
remember we had problems with the statement.
Yes, yes, yes. These are the
That
only
there are,
pictures.
is this the only pictures
In
that
it,
you
my
gave
lord.
them?
Yes.
No other secret pictures?
No, my lord. These are the only pictures.
Yebo.
As it pleases the court, my lord.
Want us to adjourn? So that you can go through the pictures.
My lord, can I ask for a short adjournment? My lord, just
Yeah. Hello, what time is it?
It's 9 minutes.
Where do you get your watch from?
7 minutes to 11.
My grandfather used to wear. Anyway, it's 7?
7 minutes to 11.
Okay, what time do we return?
half past, my lord.
Half past. Okay. ambush him.
As it please the court, my lord. Indeed, I do agree with my colleague that the record will speak on itself because something
okay,
totally
let's
different.
on those bases because all of us
Yes, ma'am.
have a running record.
Yes, my lord.
Fine.
Yes.
Okay, thanks.
My lord, it will then be in the interest of justice that I make the following submission, my lord. The court will remember that just before we could adjourn, I took this witness through the photos with a view to try and find some clarifications on answers on certain issues that were of concern to me on behalf of accused number 3. So it transpires, my lord, that I am hamstrung to proceed with my cross-examination without further information relating to the photos. It will be recalled, my lord, that we had a testimony of Mr. I think it was Steenekamp, Mr. Mabaso, and Mr. Nkosi, who said that they confiscated accused number 3's phone, from which they downloaded, from which they found a whole lot of photos, and they downloaded them into a disk. On the instruction of Mr. Gininda, certain photos were then compiled for the court purposes, if I'm able to follow that trajectory, my lord. In other words, Mr. Gininda, out of maybe 500 photos, he said, no, I don't want these 500 photos. I only need photos where accused number 3 is appearing with his dreadlocks and a particular color of attire. But the essence of which is, my lord, that it was not only those photos that we are now seeing here at court, there are other photos as well. This is also on the analogy of what happened to Mr. Musia when he testified. Remember the court, my lord, Mr. Musia only brought to court only 8 photos, but it then transpired that he took at the scene more than 30 photos. That is the analogy of the request, my lord. I'm also going to request that we also be furnished with the disk that contains all the photos that were taken, that were downloaded from accused number 3's phone. Alternatively, that we be furnished with accused number 3's phone. We will then sort it out how we download those photos. This is not from me, my lord. It is actually from Mr. Kuno, the gentleman that I'm representing, my lord. We will request that information because as of now, I'm definitely not in a position to proceed on his behalf to proceed to cross-examine this witness without those photos being made available, my lord. Thank you. That is my request and application, my lord.
Mr. Baloyi?
As a court case, my lord, indeed, certain photos were selected for the purpose of compiling the photo album. It is not a problem. We can make arrangements that all the photos that were downloaded on accused number 3's cell phone be made available. However, the only problem that we have, my lord, is not continue with the matter. I think that aspect can stand down and other issues can be canvassed with this witness. And just like we did with Warrant Officer Musia, we proceeded and he was recalled at a later stage. We can make a similar arrangement that we proceed, and that aspect regarding the photos stand down, and we furnish them with all the photos, and if they deem it necessary at a later stage, this witness can be recalled.
But when can the photos be supplied? The master tape?
Yes.
Disk?
Yeah, I think it can be those arrangements can be made before the end of this week, my lord. Today's Wednesday. I'm sure at the latest by Friday, those photos can be made available.
But Mr. Mnisi says he's hamstrung.
Yes.
He's coating.
Yes, but
You know, when a horse is hamstrung,
yes.
can't run.
Yes, just on that particular aspect of the photo, but I would imagine there are other issues that they want to canvass with which don't necessarily depend on the photos. we can then proceed on those other aspects.
Yes, Mr. Minister?
It's a sequence, my lord. It's a sequence. The way in which we structure our cross-examination, my lord, we just don't do it haphazardly. It's a sequential thing. We don't move from 1 to number 7. We move from 1, we go to 2, we go to 3, we go to 4, up until number 7. Therefore, to request us to proceed on other items, my lord, what these witnesses said, I don't think that's the trajectory that we want to take for now, my lord. We want to take it sequentially up to the point at which we want to arrive, my lord. Thank you.
Yeah, fine, thanks. Where's Mr. Minister, where is your client's phone?
I'm not sure, my lord. The last time I heard is that it was confiscated for purposes of compiling the photo album that
Mr. Baloyi, where's
I can quickly.
case number 3's phone?
Yes, I would imagine it's still in the SAP 13 store.
You can,
It can be made available.
it can be used for downloading the photos. The memory
yes,
has
but-
not been wiped off.
Yes. But I think I would imagine that process, they'll have to get their own expert who can download that. But I think the easiest would be then just to get those photos
Yeah.
and, make them available to them if they still want access to the phone.
Okay, fine. Where's Brigadier Gananda? Where is he?
He is
Can't he
at
give
his
the-
office, yes.
The defense the photos tonight, today,
Yes, I've
so that
just...
tomorrow we proceed.
Yes, I've just asked a member of the investigating team to quickly call him just
Yeah.
to find out if those photos cannot be made available today.
And in the meantime, Mr. Nisi doesn't want to proceed. He says his cross-examination is structured sequential.
Well, as we've made our point in this regard.
The other councils,
We can't take it any
what's
further
your
than
view,
that.
Mr. Ramsey-Pedi?
As the court is, my lord, I do fully concur with Mr. Munisi because it will also necessitate me, based on what we find on those other photos, to also now again parallel ask questions to the witness that's before court, my lord.
Mr. Mamalo?
My lord, I also follow the same approach of my colleague Advocate Mnisi because my cross-examination is also going to be central to the photo album exhibit S. Hence, we need the disc. Thank you.
Mr. Shole?
My lord, it will be unfair and prejudicial to proceed with the trial when the state has not and has failed to supply us with all information, my lord. So it will be prejudicial and unfair for us to proceed with the trial without being supplied with that information.
No, let's be fair to the state. The state takes 1,000 photos.
Yes, ma'am.
Let's make that example. And the charge, as it's structured, only needs the state, according to their view, to utilize 200 of those photos.
Yes, ma'am.
Mr. Baloyi consults obviously with the investigating officer, am I correct, before you come to court?
Indeed, my lord.
Right. And this is the structure of their case. And in terms of the law, remember State versus Shabalala. Shabalala versus the Attorney General of the Transvaal, 1995-12. Okay. He supplies you with all that information which he has structured this case upon. It's Mr. Mnisi now who comes and says he wants all the photos. That's why I say you can't say he foresaw that application. He didn't. But Mr. Mnisi is entitled to those photos if he wants to use them, because they are part of the information which he wants to elicit.
Accused number 5 also, my lord, because he has been referred to one of the photos which is contained in Exhibit S, my lord. So he also
Yeah, no.
needs to.
No, this court is fair.
And there are further instructions that I cannot place on record, my lord, which
What?
regarding the content of Exhibit S, of which we need to verify with the electronic copy or from the disk, Exhibit X with the disk. Thank you, my lord. That's my submission.
How many discs are there? It's only the master disc.
Well,
When they were
as,
downloading.
yeah, as usual,
One.
you have the
then you
master
make
copy
copies.
and the working copy.
Yeah. Okay, for those reasons, this court is prepared to postpone this matter to tomorrow.
Ngaphansi kwaleso sizathu-ke inkantolo izimisele ukuthi ihlehlele kuqala
So that the defense must have access to the master copy of the disc.
ukuze-ke ihlangothi lokuyivikela okanye abamayeli babommangalelo bakwazi ukuthi babe nayo-ke i-master copy yaleyo disk.
Because the state concedes that some of those photos, 47, 48 for instance, were downloaded from the accused's cell phone.
Baba umbuso usenjalo-ke ukuthi iy'thombe ey'fana no-47 no-48 zadownloadwa-ke uqhamuka kule foni kammangalelo
Together with other photos.
nezinye-ke iy'thombe.
But Mr. Mnisi is hamstrung because the accused number 3's cell phone has been confiscated by the state.
Baba Mnisi-ke ubabeke izandla akakwazi ukuthi angaqhubeka ngoba phela-ke ifoni kammangalelo wesithathu ithathwe umbuso.
Consequently, the only source of the photos which we have, or both sources of the photos, the master copy and the cell phone of the accused 3, are with the investigating team.
Kanti-ke okuyikhona-ke umnyombo walezi y'thombe kubanjiwe-ke khona laphana-ke kulona ophenya icala.
Okay, and then for those reasons, the court is amenable to extending. Yeah?
As it is the court, I'm not abusing the court process. I'm saying I'm not standing up to abuse the court process, but I would really appreciate it, my lord, if we can be handed over with the disc and also the phone as well, my lord. I'm not so sure if the state will be in a position to do that. Thank you, my lord.
You know what, I've got my view about that, and I don't want to say, for instance, I could say, is the state only interested in that phone because of this case only? Are you with me? Can you read what I'm saying? Are you hearing me?
Indeed, my lord.
So, is that the position or not?
Well, we can ask that the phone be brought to court, and perhaps if they need to examine that, should be in the presence of the state's analysts here in court. That shouldn't be a problem.
So you call the analyst also?
Yes, they can have a look at it in the presence of Surgeon Mabasa, who testified.
So is that okay, Mr. Miss?
I think that will be very okay, my lord. Thank you.
Okay, then the analyst also will have to come to court with number 3's cell phone. The other cancers, your client's phones were not confiscated and downloaded.
My lord, if I may take quick instructions from our accused number 1 and 2.
You haven't asked your clients whether their phones are confiscated or not.
It is a verification. According to the knowledge I have, they were not confiscated.
Yeah,
I just
okay.
have to verify. Thank you.
Yes.
Yeah, we can just mention that the phones of accused number 2 and 5 were confiscated,
Yes.
and the downloads have just been completed. We'll be handing the downloads to the defense during recess. So 2 and 5 phones were confiscated and downloaded. I did inform my colleagues, especially counsel for accused number 5.
Okay. So your clients, Mr. Cholos, oh sorry, Mr. Ngamalo.
Thank you, my lord, for the court's indulgence. His phone was not confiscated. Thank you.
Okay. Did he have it on his presence when they arrested him?
No, he did not have it.
It figures. Yes, Madam Chololo.
Sorry, my lord, can I just confirm?
Okay.
So, my lord,
sakhuluma nommangalelo wesihlanu ukuthi kube naso leso sicelo esiqhamuka kuye ubaba uMnisi ukuthi cha mina ngeke ngikwazi ukuthi ngiqhubeke kwaphela-ke ngifuna zonke iy'thombe ezikhona lana ezizokwazi-ke ukuthi zingisize ukuthi ngikwazi ukuqhubeka ngaleli cala kodwa-ke umshushisi-ke wase uyacela laphandle ukuthi ngeke sikwazi yini ukuthi sibheke ezinye iy'ngxenye mhlawumbe zale nqubo singanike ekutheni sibhekene ney'thombe kuphela. Wasethi-ke ubaba uMnisi ngale-ke hhayi shuthi-ke mina-ke ngendlela-ke engizoqhubeka ngakhona ngiyayidinga lezo y'thombe kanti-ke ubaba Baloyi wase-ke uyaqinisekisa-ke khona lapho ukuthi lezi y'thombe yikhona khona laphana ku-SAP 13 kanti-ke no uKenan noma ubaba uGeninda uyafonelwa-ke mayelana nalokho shuthi-ke soqhubeka uma ngabe lezo y'thombe seyikhona ingendlela-ke abayivikelayo bakhulume ngakhona-ke manje-ke inkantolo iyasho ukuthi nayo-ke ngenxa yokuthi nakhu-ke ubaba uMnisi uthi angeke akwazi ukuthi aqhubeke kuyodingeka ukuthi leli cala lihlehle ukwenzela-ke ukuthi konke abakudingayo bakwazi ukuthola ukuchubekisela leli cala phambili. Thank you, my lord.
Yes,
Thank you, my lord, for the indulgence of the court. My lord, I've also been, I was informed by the state that there's a cell phone that was confiscated from my client. However, I've not been given downloads and the cell phone, everything
yeah, it
relating
says-
to that.
Sorry, it says you'll give those during the recess.
Indeed, we did furnish them with a statement of the person who confiscated the phone.
As the court insists, my lord, similarly, my instructions are that from both accused number 1 and 2, 2 phones each were confiscated from them, my lord.
2-2.
2.
So you need both phones
We need for
each of your clients.
Indeed, so, my lord.
Mr. Baloyi, you have noted that. Okay, so we adjourn then until tomorrow, 10 o'clock.